It's kind of influenced a lot by just my environment and what comes into contact in my life with popular culture and ideas that flow through everyday things or people that I meet. And I kind of like to play around with those ideas and the concepts of those ideas and turn them into a visual language. I use color and symmetry and typography, different kinds of printmaking and painting. I was a b-boy at a very young age, just going to high school dances. Other kids in the neighborhood, they were into breaking, and we'd get together as groups and kind of get together and cause trouble. From that, it kind of grew more into graffiti and getting out onto the subway, onto the L trains. The city was our playground instead of just our neighborhood. And whenever I went out to do something, I always thought it was about quality rather than quantity, and that's just my idea of writing. I always wanted to have the blockbuster or the large piece or something that would stay up and basically, it would have that wow appeal. The name Risk, it got well known just because I did these pieces or these projects that were just really large or else and really hard to get to places. I did billboards and rooftops. Graffiti art's been around for over 30 years, and I think we're just hitting another stage of evolution. In high school, I got to paint with Keith Haring on one of his largest murals and one of his last murals too, before he passed away. And just being involved in that whole experience was one of the major changing moments in my life when I realized that, what it was to be a professional artist and what you could do for yourself and for others, as Keith was doing for all these high school kids. I mean, if there's one thing I'd like is to try to to pass on any kind of knowledge and any kind of inspiration to younger artists or even older artists. Anybody that's wanting to be creative, I think should be. You can't censor anybody when they want to do art. If you put the time in, whatever comes out from your heart, that's your art. I'll never really lose the graffiti art aesthetic and the using spray paint and the idea behind graffiti art. For me, it's always about the letter, the bubble, the arrow, the energy that comes from the street and graffiti art. It really is, the avant-garde of our time. I'm Eric the Bat, also known as Risk, and Chicago is my backyard.